my hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out, fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up, get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss of myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling the losers. Watch for the jackets, at night they be cruising. I can put together. AR quinceañera. My hitters be tougher than leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the F in. Step in with my best friend. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out, ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house. Empty till we all out. I got the juice and I'm crazy and crazy. And if you not a killer, don't say. Hit squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tay Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fellas to made men. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out, ball out. Get called out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
What's up, everybody? Hold on. Yeah, what's up? Can y'all hear me okay? Yeah, if y'all can hear me okay, let me know. Cause we testing a new system right now. We testing a new system, so we trying to see if it's working. Uh, OC, if you still in the building, let me know, cause I don't know if they can hear me. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, Steve looked and say yes. He gave a thumbs up, so I appreciate that. Y'all give me 1 second. I kicked out the OC. I got to get the OC back up in here. So we testing a new system. What's up, Gary? He said, evening, Boss Cowboy. What's going on? So we testing a brand new system. So with that, obviously, it's gonna have a couple of bells and whistles. So I appreciate everybody that's gonna go through a little bit of the growing pains with us, cause we gonna still talk football. Uh, that's exactly what we're gonna do. So it's a lot, cause you can see we still got the main stuff. We still got all the main buttons. The OC, he's animated right now. Uh, that's just what it is. But give me 1 second, y'all. I kicked him out, so I gotta get him back in. Um, so I'm getting ready to get him back in real quick, and then we'll be able to get everything back going. Give me 1 second. Y'all give me 1 second, and then once we get the OC, we'll be able to basically start the show and get everything. Oh, yep, I see it. Okay, the OC is back. OC,
Yes, sir. I'm in the
all right, we got
building.
you in the building. All right, so I can't even see the stream. Let me take a look at the stream real quick.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, we definitely hear everything going back. Oh yeah, okay, so let me turn it up. Oh yeah, I hear you good. I heard everybody. I heard everybody. I heard everybody in the background, but we good. All right, and guess
Yeah.
what? We still got the music. We still got everything.
That's all right. I'm getting everybody to settle down. It's loud in here, man. Sometimes, kids yelling, everybody going crazy, man. It's banana. So y'all bear with us, man, as we do this, man. I appreciate it. So, hey, man, happy to be here. Happy to talk Dallas Cowboy football and get into the latest and greatest Cowboys news. Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon in the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, and invite your family, loved ones, friends into this awesome show.
Yeah, man. So it's good to see you. Now we had to troubleshoot for this one, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So you can see this is in this setup. It's just a little bit different, but we go work it out. Daryl Sharp, he actually said, "What up, Boss Cowboy? Huge fan of yours and Law Nation and Big Game James." Absolutely. What's crazy is we actually all getting ready to do a show together that we started yesterday. It was me and Big Game James. We did a show together, and it's actually called The Final Word. What's your thoughts on that, OC?
Yeah, man. So excited, man, to get with some of the biggest and best podcasters that cover Dallas Cowboy sports and put together the ultimate Power Ranger Voltron team. And you guys want to be a part of that, man? It'll be on Wednesdays consistently, and we'll let you guys know if we update the showtime. But man, hey, it's gonna be smoking hot, so you guys don't want to miss that.
No, you don't. So, and make sure y'all like and subscribe, man, because y'all did us bad the other day. We had a lot of people that actually was sitting on, but not that many people hit that like button. So we go definitely keep it in your face to make sure y'all keep doing that. Because it's easy to get caught up in all the content that we discuss. But as we discuss in this content, please, hit that like because it's free. It really is. But yeah, OC. Just briefly, man. I guess let's talk about the news that's kind of been out there, man. We've been hearing, obviously about the Julio Jones. This is not the normal setup, so you're not gonna see me kind of pull him up. But let's talk about it at least. I guess what's your thoughts on the fact that Julio Jones was walking around Dallas in a Dallas Cowboy hoodie and it's pretty warm?
I don't know. He's working out and he borrowed somebody's hoodie. Here's the deal, man. I think that this is one of those splash type trades. If you were going to trade Julio Jones, it doesn't make sense to draft Kyle Pitts if you're the Atlanta Falcons with the number 4 pick. So this is almost fake news to me, Boss Cowboy. I'll believe it when I see it. If a trade of this magnitude was going to happen, I don't think we would be hearing about it this early. And so I just think it's fake news and another media ploy to keep Dallas busy during the offseason.
But see, he the one that put it on. The fact that he put on the clothes, they got a lot of people, talking right now. It's a lot of
Yeah.
people talking. I'm gonna do a video on this tomorrow, by the way, too, because I got my suspicions, and it's some people that I promised us I was gonna embed them in the show. Sorry, actually I couldn't because in the other program, thank God we got 2 programs I'm able to run a stream through. Um, I can't embed you in the show, but I'm still gonna discuss what some of these guys said. But one of the things the OC is, yeah, he put that on. It wasn't a ploy by them; it's a ploy by him.
That's great, man. And look, shout out to Troy Williams. Agree with that comment. Julio is not coming. He's just trying to push his market price up. So, a lot of people did this. We saw this also when we dealt with Russell Wilson talking about his landing locations, right?
Man,
We see a lot of people using the star to manipulate and to get their way. And what happened every time Julio was acting like he was unhappy and manipulated and to try to get his way with the Falcons? Well, it's worked like a charm. They backed up the Brinks truck and paid this man a whole lot more money with multiple contract extensions. So this is just him at it again, man. And at the end of the day, man, he's not going to be a Cowboy, man. He's going to be playing right there with Matty Ice until Matty Ice get out of there in the next couple years with the rookie Cal Pitts working underneath routes there. So it's not really happening, man. It's positioning, it's posturing at best. That's what I think about it, Boss Cowboy. What you got on that?
yeah, it's definitely posturing. He's posturing for money. He's and it's what I said about it is because I got hit with the news this morning. So when I heard it, you almost kind of grab your cup and you start thinking, you know what? There's a possibility. Like yeah, we still got some buns in here. Look, we're not gonna ever have no shows without some buns, all right? But then when I finally woke up and I wiped my eyes,
Wipe them good now. Sometime the cold be sticking in your eye.
man, when I wiped my eyes, I was like, stop it. Stop it. Like I was like, okay, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. It is not as it seems, and it just hit me. Everything that you said, OC, everything. It's another ploy by Julio, and I said it like this on Twitter after I wiped my eyes. I said, you know what? It's exactly what you do when you go out in your single days with attractive women on purpose. is you basically using your friends. Sometimes you have good platonic relationships with friends, and basically these are type of ladies that tell you how ladies are, and they're sexy. And it's like you're not gonna cross that line because they're still an asset value to you. You'll go out with them and everything with the understanding that hey, just because I'm kicking it with you and your friends, it's gonna be a fun night for me. That's what Julio doing.
I'm gonna break it even further for the fans, for you single guys out there, man. It's a term, and it's called pre-selection. Pre-selection. All right. And so when a guy's out with a bunch of attractive other young ladies, right, and then other women see him around, or attractive women around him paying him attention, well, what do? They say, it must be something to him. He must be all that. He must have something going on.
Right.
It's called pre-selection. So now he gets a chance to cut through all the fat and a lot of the stuff he would have to do on the initial meet and greet with a woman, because he's already been pre-validated by the other women around him. And so what Julio Jones is doing is that I'm down here in Dallas. I can do something different. I still got game. Look at me. They like me. Look at me. I'm wearing a hoodie that has Dallas Cowboys.
Come talk to me.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm special. That's what's going on here, man.
Yeah, that's what's going on. So it's one of those things that it's still it's still good for us though. Somebody brought up a good tweet. I'm not gonna be able to show it, but I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna read it. At least I'm gonna do that, right? That's I promised them I was gonna put it in the show because I didn't know the buttons was gonna break. You know, sometimes that happen. You got to be ready for all kind of technical difficulties. But you give me a second, OC, while I pull this up, because you was talking about you was making a good point.
Yeah, I mean, here's a whole thing, right? When you talk about, I mean, Julio, right, and you talk about, he's a guy that is on the downside of his prime, and he's one of those guys that, hey, he still can ball, he still can make plays when he's healthy. But at the end of the day, he's a guy that understands that his prime years, most of them are behind him.
Right.
And so when you deal with that, you're going to posture, you're going to position. If you're a smart business guy, remember, this is a business, all right? He's going to posture and try to position himself any way he can to maximize the top-end contract, probably his last top-end contract, if he continues to play after this contract, that he can get. And so that's what we're looking at right now. Shout out to Siddiqui. What's up, brother? Good to see you in the building.
Yeah, and so as I promised, I was gonna read this. It came from Rob Nerville, okay, and this came on the Boss Cowboys page. So just let everybody know when you tweet me or you come on the page or you tweet the OC. Sometimes y'all gonna say stuff that's gonna find its way into the show because it's good stuff. It's a good thought. So I'm gonna run this thought by you, OC, and then we can kind of just go through it. He said, really, it's not a bad thing for the team. Talking about the attention move that Julio just pulled. He said it keeps us in the news and suggests we are a desirable location for free agents. I know we don't capitalize on that sentiment, but if we changed our perspective, we'd already have the positive reputation. Very mature thought. Very mature thought because it's annoying, right? It's straight up annoying, right? When you see Russell Wilson and you see who was the safety, Earl Thomas, like, and then it was who was the other safety that was at went to Seattle. Oh, see, I'm having brain farts right now.
The other safety went to Seattle. Are you talking about a rookie? We're not talking about Chancellor. We're not talking
No,
about Tom.
he's a free agent.
Man, I lost him. I just lost his name. But look,
Jamal Adams.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
so
Jamal
Jamal
Adams. Yeah.
Adams. Yeah, so Jamal Adams, like it's over and over again. So Rob gave a good spin on that.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, here's something that's interesting, and I like the point a lot, but unfortunately, it's not a part of the Dallas Cowboys game plan to capitalize on premier free agents through making big splash acquisitions. Now, the most successful franchises in the history of sports have done these things. The Los Angeles Lakers have done it, Shaq and Kobe. and they formed other great players around him. The New York Yankees have done it. Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter. I'm just naming names that you guys know. CB Sabathian, a great pitcher, right? So really, the Dallas Cowboys, in terms of reputation, could be the Los Angeles Laker or the New York Yankees of the NFL if they leveraged and will pull the trigger on some of these top flight free agents that would have interest in coming to Dallas and actually making a power team. But we don't want to spend the money, and obviously we're budget conscious with a certain party in the Jones family, so these things don't happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I definitely like that thought about Rob. You know, I mean, he looked at it on a glass half full, right? So even though it is annoying, because it is annoying that everybody using us as a prop, right? To kind of get their name out there and to say that I'm shopping, like top bidder. Like, those of us don't want to be used, right? Nobody want to be used, but he's right. If we ever decided to flip the coin, he's so right that does mean that we are still in a prime location, and you rather be talked about than not talked about at all.
Yep, definitely. And Sadiq, well, I'm sorry about that. Thank you for clarifying. And I probably mispronounced your name. All right. So I'll see you in the chat. I'm sorry about that. My bad. I owe you something, man. I'll get you a giveaway or something like that when we start launching those things out. So love you. Thank you for supporting the show.
Yeah, and Sadiq, man, Sadiq he go hard, and he go hard for everybody.
Not he. She said I am a woman. She said she's a woman. So,
Apologize. But
yeah,
she definitely goes hard, and I love her because she's everywhere and she's the same everywhere. She's always getting on the chat about getting those likes up. She understands the algorithm of YouTube, and we understand it better now. That it's easy to get caught up in the content to where we forget to hit the like button. But at the same time, it's she's wonderful, and we love the fact that you are truly a YouTuber. And
definitely.
yeah,
And hit me on Twitter, okay? And I'll have something for you. Hit me on Twitter. Just message me on Twitter.
got you. So I want to read another comment that somebody said, and just kind of go back and forth with you, man. Like, now I am excited real quick on this new format. Like this new show with the way that we streaming it now. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of show y'all some of the stuff that's gonna be easier now. So going forward, what was happening with the team before, it was super hard to get the team in, right? Because when I was on with the OC through our streaming system, right, and we was trying to get the people on, it would have an echo. With this system, that's gone. You're not gonna have that anymore, you know. And it's getting ready to be even better because we gonna be able to take calls and all that kind of stuff. It's already built in, and you gonna be able to talk straight to me and the OC easily. So we didn't expect to use it today. We was expecting to just kind of drive a bunch of content at you with a bunch of quality graphics and stuff that was gonna paint the picture of what we're discussing. But hey, it shows you how simple this system is and how much it's getting ready to work because we didn't even plan on doing it. It's our first time streaming it, and you can see everything is copacetic for the most part on a show in this format that we didn't even expect to do. So now it's gonna be a situation to where anytime one of the analysts from BCS and guests and all that kind of stuff, we had some people that's no longer with us. That happens sometime, and that's okay. But going forward, we have a situation where we gonna be able to handle it. So I just wanted to kind of showcase that too, because it's gonna make it a better experience. So when we say your voice matters, we wanted to build a show to make sure that we can hear from you. But it takes time. So I just wanted to kind of explain that, and that's why y'all kind of seeing what you're seeing and kind of having the show the way that you're having it. But going forward, it's going to be so much better. It's going to be so much input from the new analysts that we bringing on and the existing analysts that's still with us. So I just want to talk about that real quick and kind of showcase some of the stuff that's going to be different, but yet the same. But it's going to be way better. So we gonna have to figure out how to get rid of stuff like that, like hearing everything that's going on with the OC. But that's okay.
Oh man, we trying to mute everything. It's very very sensitive, man. So if
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
if I'm moving my chair, you might hear something. But look, what we got next, Boss Cowboy?
No,
Man, let's
no,
keep.
no. We still talking about Julio.
Yeah, man. This is what I think, man. I mean, I think that
Because I had
Julio.
another comment on it real quick
Oh, go ahead.
from a tweet.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna read this tweet. In the other show, it would have been embedded, but this was his comment. So what I'm doing, this person is from my Twitter. So make sure you go to Twitter and you can look me up on the Boss Cowboy Sports. I've changed my handle to Boss Cowboy Sport. All right, so you can go there and you can kind of see the different conversations that we're having. And I'm telling y'all, Twitter's popping. It's definitely popping for Boss Cowboy Sports. We have a lot of dialogue, with a lot of people. A lot of the social media guys, we go back and forth quickly on Twitter. Like Facebook is more kind of, and it's good. I like Facebook. I like YouTube. But Twitter is more you can kind of touch people faster. And you can kind of go right to them. It's like it put everybody in this small circle, and you can go boom right to them. So, but somebody hit me up with this thought when I posted about Julio. Like I ain't worried about that, right? He said this. He said most fans only pay attention to their favorite team. So you don't notice the little things in an interview with like with Gerald McCoy. He said he took less money so he would have the Dallas Cowboy on his resume. He said, look at all the major announcers and crews, and there's ex-Cowboys there. So, what's your thoughts on that, OC?
Listen, man, it is no secret that playing for the Dallas Cowboys and being a part of the network is something that can greatly benefit you in terms of your career after football, right? And so, if you have the proper relationships because of the network connections and because of the depth of contacts from the Dallas Cowboys organization and the respect as an organization of ownership that can help you in your future versus some other cities. So, absolutely, that makes sense in terms of leverage. It makes sense in terms of being in one of the business capitals of the world, that being Dallas, Texas. So, no, not surprised by that comment at all.
Right. So, it's one of those things to where uh when I look at that, comment, yeah, he's right. A lot of people want to be Dallas Cowboys, right? And people that smart are looking at it from that's where you want to finish your career. But you also have to look at the profile of the person that you're dealing with. So when you're dealing with Julio Jones, you're dealing with a guy who was already paid a top contract that then left, put his team, held them hostage for a new contract. So yes, that story is true. That people that generally have good careers with the Dallas Cowboys end up being analysts so that the NFL teams can draw on that massive fan base. And there are teams and there are people that will want to look at us as an attractive place to finish your career. But that's not Julio. That's not who he is. Julio is about his money. So he's in the train of the Jamal Adams. He's in the train of the Earl Thomas. He's in the train of the Russell Wilson, who's going to talk to his agent, and the agent go say, "Hey, if we want to drum up some interest, we know what to do." And the way that you drum up the interest is you just, do you go down there and you put your arm around Jason Garrett and you say, "Come get me." And what the fans do is we start chirping about it. Oh man, would it make sense? And we talk about it for the next 2 years. Like people still talking about Earl Thomas from that photo op he pulled on us, where he put his arm around Garrett and was like, "Come get me." So it's like I'm gonna say it like this: if every time, if you dating a lady and you see that she has a habit of using men to get you jealous, she go do it to you. So it's the same thing with these players. They using the Dallas Cowboys to get teams jealous and to drive up demand. So I appreciate the thought, that hey, what if? In the case of Julio, I'm gonna say it like this: the only thing that would cause him to be a Dallas Cowboy is he would have to be exponentially team friendly. That's when Steven Jones would then consider it. Other than that, Yeah, it's exactly what we know what it is. He's that girl that's just trying to get us jealous so that he can go get somebody that he really wants.
2000%, man. Because if we since we're on a relationship euphemisms here. I mean, it's better to stick with the devil that you know rather than the devil that you don't know. And if he calls the Atlanta Falcons a devil, he's foolish, right? Because I mean, they paid this man over $100 million in his career, right? He re-upped for a 3 year, $66 million deal back in 2019. And so, look, most of that money is guaranteed. He won't be an opt out. He could opt out in 2023, right? That's two more seasons from now. At that time, he will be 34 years old. He'd be 34 years old. So who wants him now? Yeah, you better be team friendly then. Or if he can manage to keep up his body, right? If he can manage, he's a 10-year vet right now. If he can manage to keep up his body, then he'll be a journeyman like an Ndamukong Suh that's still getting really good contracts, right? That's still getting really good contracts on 1 year deals, right? Even though like he's old as I don't know what, right? But he's still like getting great freaking contracts on 1 year deals. So look, I mean, here's the deal. When he first came into the league, and I just want to break this down for everybody since we're talking about it. Look, he signed a $60 million deal, right? His re-up 5 year deal was $71 million. Okay, his extension was 66. After that, his extension was 66 million. So he's made quite a bit of dough. So I don't ever see him being team friendly, Boss Cowboy. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, no, it's not who he is. It's a ploy. And that's just what it is. It's a ploy. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's but like I wanna kinda leave it with what Rob said. I love what Rob said. At least we a high demand place. And if Stephen Jones ever want to pull the trigger, he has opportunities because there are people that's like thinking like the guy from Twitter that's literally thinking that and players are thinking this is a good place to kind of land the plane of your career. If you see like if you a Donovan Sue or you a player, especially a player that got a ring, right? If you got a ring and you start thinking life after football, right? Dallas is the best place by a million miles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
By a million miles. Cause see, all you got to do is look at Kurt Warner, right? And when you look at Kurt Warner and you see all those Super Bowl rings, he got skipped so fast by Romo. And
Yeah,
all of us with common sense would take Kurt Warner over Romo any day.
yeah,
I
that
don't want
is
to hear
kind of
about no
bad.
stats. I don't know. We know who the gamer is in the clutch. We know that. Okay?
Yep.
We know that. So it is sad that you can be somebody like Witten and they skip all of these guys with all kind of television experience, all kind of rings, just because you're a Dallas Cowboy. Yeah, and that's just how it is. So it's one of those things, man. That you know, that Rob is right. That it's one of those things that is Stephen Will McClay. They always picking from the top.
100.
100. They always picking from the top. So y'all keep that in mind forever. That when people want to be a Dallas Cowboy, that's why it's so many people that I get frustrated that we let get away. Cause the majority of them, especially people that's already, if you older, like if you like a Julio, you know who I had this conversation with, man?
Who's that?
Chris Harris. Me and West Coast interviewed him. And I talked about this. I literally talked about that Twitter to him. I say, dude, people like you ever consider discounts for a place like the Dallas Cowboys where if you finish your career and play good for the Dallas Cowboys, that almost guarantee more life after football income from television? And he said, "You know what, boss? I never thought of that." He said, "I need to think about that." Because his mind was such on football, he wasn't thinking about life after football. OC.
Yeah,
So
man.
when me and the OC actually went to go see him train, because we went and met with him one time when he was training, and people was trying to work out with the OC some of the NFL players because OC is still trained as well. Some of the defensive linemen, he'll get out there and do some techniques. He's still in shape. My boy's still in shape, but this the big deal. Right after that, after we interviewed him, it was about a month or two later. Me and the OC went out there, and when we saw him, he went right over to me and he said Dallas didn't want me. And you kind of OC, I'm kind of like being honest, like damn, because
Yeah,
I said you playing. He said nah, I'm dead serious. He said dead a serious. And he was practicing. Then he walked right back over to me again. Walked to me
yeah, man.
and said, "Yeah, they didn't want me, man." I'm like, "Golly!" Like it's bothered him. And he said, "Yeah, they didn't want no corners under 6'1".
Yeah, yeah, that's sad. And he took that personal too, man.
He did.
And yeah, he took that real personal. But a competitor and a good athlete, man, they go take that kind of stuff personal. And that's just what it is, man. But I mean, the Dallas Cowboys do what they do, man. I mean, we still trying to go for six here, and I'm hoping that, man, what we got in terms of the draft, man, will help us kind of push forward. But yeah, like I said, we have tremendous opportunities. Like I said earlier, we could be the Los Angeles Lakers of the NFL, or we could be the Yankees, right? What the Yankees are, how they assemble talent, and they are a go-to destination because we got a great city, we got great amenities, fantastic cost of living, best restaurants, all types of stuff you can do here and around the city. And so it's one of the best places in the United States to live, hands down. And I can say that because I have been all over the country, working and stayed in places extensively all over the country. So, and I choose to live here, right? I can live anywhere, but I choose to live here. So I'm telling you, this is one of the best possible places to be, man. But at the end of the day, man, hey, man, we got to hope that the sauce that they putting together and the stew they working on over there in Frisco, man, it's going to be the stew and the sauce, man, to get us deep into these playoffs, Boss Cowboy. I mean, what you think about that?
Um, I was actually reading the comments and I didn't hear your last statement. Could you say that again?
No, I was saying, man, I'm hoping the recipe, the sauce, the strategies, and all that stuff that they're putting forth is going to be the sauce to help us get deep into the playoffs and hopefully make a playoff run, man. That's what I'm hoping. But based on what you've seen thus far, man, how you feel about that?
Um, Before I answer that question, Siddiqui wanted to get your Twitter handle.
I already gave it to her, brother. She got it.
Gotcha. You see how we be looking out for you? We be looking out for you. See, I was so focused on trying to get the OC's handle to you that I had to stop mid show to address that. But okay, so to answer your question is, are we a playoff team? I mean, on paper, yes. Um, and do I think we're gonna put it together to at least get in the playoffs? I think yes. I think McCarthy had a horrible hand last year. I wouldn't blame McCarthy for any of it. I think he did good based on the hand that he was dealt. The only knocks, and so the hand that he was dealt was so horrible. You lost Dak, who never got hurt. You lost Zach Martin, who never got hurt. You lost T. Smith, he gets hurt, but then you lost him early. You also lost Leah Collins early. You lost LVE. The only person out there was basically Dak. You obviously didn't have Fredericks, and then you lost Tyler Biadish, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. The only thing that was kind of sitting there was the weapons, right? And so you got weapons with B minus quarterbacks to C minus and D minus quarterbacks. It was a horrible thing, and he still didn't quit. He still kept fighting. He still kept scheming. He still kept doing creative things. You was telling me mid-season and you was loving the game plans that they was putting together, especially getting the ball out of Andy's hands and putting it in his weapons' hands. And McCarthy did well. So then at the same time, the only thing that I would knock McCarthy on was what? Kind of riding with Mike Nolan too long. But then at the same time, Mike Nolan defense started kind of playing better towards the end of the season. So Mike McCarthy was kind of right to kind of fight for him because he did show a lot of improvement at the end, but it was like too little too late. So it still kind of went on his resume. So I really do feel like McCarthy is going to have a rebound season. I think we got us a smart coach, a passionate coach. I think if anything, what could get in the way is Jerry and Steven meddling. OC, because this offseason has the feel of more meddling. Last year, you could tell it was the McCarthy show. It almost seemed like this year it almost has a feeling that they're grooming Dan Quinn. Like it's a lot of Dan Quinn in this. It's almost like get your hand out of defense. That's almost the feeling I get of what it seems that they're treating Mike McCarthy like we go let you handle offense and we want you hands off defense.
Yeah, yeah, it's strange, man. It's strange things, man. Strange things, man. And so, listen, you got a two-way go here, right? Because I mean, you got Dan Quinn, who, I guess if the Joneses fall in love with them and something happens with McCarthy, which I really don't see happen. I see actually McCarthy doing pretty well this season because our strength of schedule is really not that strong. Okay, we're within the last five in terms of strength of schedule based upon the performance of the teams that we will play against this year that had good schedules, and also good records last year. So, with all that said, I think that we should do pretty good this year. Actually, I think we should definitely be a playoff team based upon what I'm seeing on paper. Okay, now if Mike McCarthy by chance happens to screw that up, you also got a young hotshot coordinator that's also still in the building. He's still in the building,
Man, it's a
and
lot of people, man, that's hating on that's not calling him the hot shot. So the OC, meaning the offensive coordinator, you calling Kellen Moore a hot shot.
man, I think that Kellen Moore is one of those guys that he's made his higher ups look good with the last two head coaches. I think that the change in the offense, the scoring averages have went up the last couple of years. The explosive plays has went up significantly the last couple of years. He's one of those guys. He's young. He probably getting slapped in the back of his head and being treated like he's pledging for a frat. But he's the guy back there that's
Oh,
actually throwing up some of this stuff, man. I'm telling you, he is. I mean, with Jason Garrett's last year in his exit, and even with Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is a really good offensive mind, but some of the formations and the nuances, and I should do a tape breakdown on this, Boss Cowboy. You could actually tie some of this stuff schematically to Boise State, and it has Kellen Moore written all over it. It has him written all over it. So he has to say, and I think being a young coordinator, man, he's shown great potential and flash. Now, Big Time said he's just horrible in the red zone. All right. Horrible in the red zone. If we think about that from last year, right? Well, here's the thing. In the red zone, you always look horrible if you can't run the ball in the end zone. Last year, because of our offensive line being decimated, we could not run the ball in the red zone because we couldn't blow anybody off the ball or get any push. So
yeah, yeah. Hey, OC, you can't hear it, but I'm hearing that. I'm hitting that clap button. Keep going.
here's the thing, man. I mean, when you are relegated to only throwing the football when you get inside of the 5 yard line because you know you ain't gonna push nobody off the football, then everybody know you go past too because your whole offensive line is injured. They're not worried about you playing real power football. Then what are you going to do? Think about this. And I just want to really just talk through this just for a second. What are you going to do in the red zone? Okay, you got. Wait a second. Here we go.
Mm-mm.
You got draw plays. You can try to run a draw. Well, that got Dak hurt. So you're definitely not running Andy Dalton.
Hold on. I gotta hit a button. Hey, go ahead.
All right. You're not running Andy Dalton, okay? So now what do we got now? We got a underneath route, right? A quick underneath route, a quick slant, or some type of fake play action, hit your tight end, right? Right? Or what did you have that you really ain't had in years, right? Now you got a 50-50 jump ball, throw the fade route, try to fade him up.
Hold on, OC. I just got a text from one of my coaches. All right,
Uh-huh.
his name is Marvin.
Yeah.
Oh man,
All right, Pastor Douglas, I got you, brother.
we gonna get we cause see Marvin's. Oh my God, see I had a talk with Marvin today and yesterday. Now he's a coach. All right, a coach. So you know he like us. He know ball, brother.
Yep.
Let's go back and forth on something.
Mm-hmm.
One of my boy West Coast campaigns is running damn ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never got behind that campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always believed in us being an adaptable offense, meaning to attack based on the weakness of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking to Marvin, and he was right on some things, which I can't deny this part from him and West Coast on this topic, which is historically in Dallas, we're better when we run the ball. Historically. Now that don't apply to the league. I'm not saying that. Because
We talking, we talking
Marv
about that.
we talk about Dallas. And see, Marvin just hit me as you was talking and he said, "Stop him, boss." Go ahead, OC. Go ahead though. I just want to get some more thought. I mean, I want
He,
you to kind of expound on
he
run the
said
ball
he
or
says he said
adapt.
stop. He said stop me.
Yeah, he co-signed. He's against Kellen Moore. He
Oh,
don't like
okay.
the passing. I think he even called it Madden football. I mean, we talked about it. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
gonna call me after the show.
Yeah, now look, no doubt, and I see you, Pastor Douglas, at the big time show. He said Moore won't even call them run plays in the red zone. Yeah, he didn't call a lot of them, but we actually tried a couple of them early on when we had some injuries, and man, those run plays got blown up. Man, you got
Hey,
backed up 2 or 3
hold on, real
yards.
quick, cause I'm liking how you start to fight with the audience, and I'm liking this. So real quick, I gotta hit another. Oh, see, I gotta hit that purge button, man, cause they coming for you, my brother.
Hey man, it's all good. Listen, I'm just here to state what has happened,
I
man. I
like
mean,
this.
and it's previously looked at, and I'm not coming against anybody per se. I'm just stating what I saw happen, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
when we did try to run the ball, it was ineffective. So what happens is you get forced to abandon the run. Of course, it always makes more sense for you to be able to run the football when you're inside the 5 or 10 yard line. For you to have, or let me say this, to have a legitimate threat of the run, right? For them to actually believe that you could run the ball in, not for your offensive lineman to get beat 1-on-1 because they're young and they just ain't quite strong enough yet and they can't really move people off the ball and they're not going to account for A and B gap blitzes, right? Because you got a young offensive line and your veterans are hurt, right? So adaptability, to your point, Boss Cowboy. Yeah, adaptability. Run the plays that you think that you can score on. That's what I say. When you get inside of the run zone, inside of the red zone, excuse me, run the plays that you think can score. So yes, and to the coach's point, here's the deal. Every team is better when they run the ball because that helps set up play action passes, which is the easiest way to score inside of the 20-yard line. It is play action passes. It is when linebackers and safeties suck up because they think they got to run downhill and stop an Ezekiel Elliott or stop a Tony Pollard.
Hold on,
If they
hold on,
don't,
hold on, OC. Please continue.
yeah. So here's the deal. Here's the whole deal on this deal is that when there's no threat or when the defense is not scared that you can run that thing in, what do they go do? What do they go do? Ask Boss Cowboy. He's a defensive back. If they know you ain't gonna run it, I'm not even gonna answer that question. What do they go do, Boss Cowboy? If they know you ain't gonna run it, what type of defense do you think they gonna play against you?
They gonna soften up.
100%. And the field is short. The field is short. And so that makes it even harder to fit the ball into complete passes in the tight spaces when you got 10 yards and you don't got a whole football field. So I think that was the issue with the Dallas Cowboys inside of the red zone. I can blame the play calling. There are always things you can do better, and I can play armchair quarterback, but we can all be honest and say that hindsight is always 2020. overall, I'm not saying that Kellen Moore is God's gift, but I'm saying he's a young, upcoming, talented prospect, and I still stand by that statement. Looking at his performance thus far.
Oh my lord. So we gonna settle this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We not gonna do this today, but you just geared up for a fight, my man. I'm gonna tell you that
Mm-hmm.
right now. Cause see,
Mm-hmm.
Marvin, I gave Marvin my phone number. Marvin calls me direct. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna set up a part two of this. Run the ball or Kellen Moore style. Ooh, I can't wait. Cause I can't wait. Trust me, everybody. This gonna be a show. Cause see,
Mm-hmm.
listen, you know me, OC. If I'm talking football with you, and I gave a coach my number, he
Mm-hmm.
talk good ball. Now,
Mm-hmm.
so don't take no more L's either.
No, bro. You know, real L, or fake L. Now that's a whole different conversation, right?
Don't take
That's a
no
whole
L's.
different
Don't
conversation.
take none. I don't fake, real, whatever. Don't take no L's. Period.
Okay, okay. So we talking for real. You talking about the Knicks debate? That ain't no real L, bro. That's a fake L
No, you
because
took a
that,
L.
all right, okay, man. Whatever, man.
No,
Well, I
no,
ain't even.
explain the fake. No. Explain the fake L. Because we might
The
have.
fake, the fake L is this. So look, Boss Cowboy sports fans, insiders, guys that follow our channel and stream. Man, listen, I had a debate with the great BJ Nix. Got a lot of respect for him. Love his show, love his content. But he was arguing a Rashawn Slater over Penei Sewell as potential draft picks, and my contention was 100% on Penei Sewell, and I laid out a myriad of factors concisely about why that he would be the superior pick long term for the Dallas Cowboys. We had about 16, 18 people watching that show. About
Now, it was
12 of
more
those,
than that. It was
it
more
was
than that.
about 20 people. It wasn't that many people watching the show because
Oh.
we went on late. We went on late at the time. We went on late. I don't know the exact number, so let me not say that. But
Yeah,
we went,
because I was watching the YouTube and Facebook numbers. It was nice.
okay. Okay, cool. So we went on late, okay? And it wasn't our normal show time. From what I saw in the chat when I looked at it, here's the deal. Most of the people that was there and commenting were people from BJ Nix's
Well,
page.
you should have won them over.
Okay, that's fine. You can say all
Period.
that you can say
No
all that you
L's.
you can
None.
okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's rock, man. Set it up, man.
I'm setting this up, and I know Marvin gonna be down.
Man, one thing
This is
I'm gonna
real
say.
too. This is not TV, y'all. This is not TV. I'm telling y'all. I'm
Look,
setting this up, man. This is, and I want to sit back. I'm gonna sit back. You see the people on the side taking notes? That's gonna be me. I'm.
Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gonna tell you just straight up like this. The OC, when I believe that there is credence or prudence to certain things,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm a man that stands up and I'm gonna go say what I believe about a topic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to down my sword if necessary. And the OC and Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters, and that's why I'm interjecting with the fans because their voice does matter, and I want to address their comments and what they say and how they feel, and give my feedback and my 2 cents on the deal. But you know how I am, man. You play with me. You've been on me for years.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the kind of man that takes on all comers, and so that's just how it is. So anybody want to get on the show and they want to express themselves, then I'm gonna express myself and we can chop it up. So let's go.
See, listen. Don't call in right now because I don't got it on. I don't got it hooked up to the computer yet. But we getting ready to do this. This is getting ready to happen. Like, it's getting ready to happen, and I'm gonna use this call line. I'm gonna change the number, but I'm gonna use this call line. I'm telling you. And I'm on the next show, the very next one. It could be tomorrow. I'm gonna hit up Marvin because see, this is the beautiful thing. We tested this system and we see that it works. We see it, it's working. I didn't even think we was gonna use it because I was still building it. But when my other system started acting up, I said, hey man, let's just try this one. And then boom, here we go. But say, we set up on this one for straight gunfights on this. Like y'all gonna literally be able to call in on the show now, and it's gonna be like me and the OC. It ain't gonna be all the echo and all that kind of stuff. It ain't gonna be hard to get into other members and all that kind of stuff that we had going on. It's now finna be on and pop. Get your knuckles ready. Get because if anybody got something to say, you gonna be able to say it now. We talking about your voice mattering now. Your voice getting ready to matter. So OC, you telling me? I want to be clear. What's your case? Cause I want to hear your case. Cause I'm gonna set this up. What's your case right now with Kellen Moore? What are you saying? Are you saying he's a good coach? Or are you saying that we need to run the ball, get more conservative, go back to Dallas Cowboy old football? What's your thoughts?
Okay, my thoughts are this, man. You asked about 5 questions in one, right? So let me
Man, don't be clapping
you,
at me. You clapping at me because they attacking you.
No. You a little sneaky, Boss Cowboy.
I ain't being sneaky. No, I ain't.
You a little sneaky.
No, I ain't.
So listen, and then also you led me a little bit too. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna reboot everything you just
try to
said,
act like
okay?
you see what I'm doing. You don't see nothing.
And I'm gonna clarify, okay, everything. All right.
Clarify.
So listen, this is what I'm saying, plain English. The NFL is a passing man's league. You got to be able to throw the football, and you got to be able to score the ball throughout the air if you're going to be a successful offense in today's NFL. Because the offenses that we see, and I mean the top offenses, okay? The top offenses that go deep into the playoffs, that win the Super Bowl. I'm talking about teams like that. I'm not talking about just your average 500 team. Okay, what I'm saying is this. Because you said, let me clarify then.
Hold on.
No, stop cutting me off. Stop that. Stop cutting me off.
I gotta do this. I got to.
Cut me off. There you go again.
Hey, I put in this gunfire because you took a nice little shot at us, and I like it though. But please continue.
Yeah, man. So listen. Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. The best teams, they are too explosive for you to hold them down the whole game. So if you run the ball and you cannot put up points quickly when you need to, you're going to be at a disadvantage strategically in today's NFL. In the glory days of the Cowboys, when we had Emmitt Smith and when we had the 5 best hogs, right, in the league, right, we could line up and run it 35, 40 times down your throat. And we'll have Troy Aikman throw some first down passes to Michael Irvin, hit you deep a couple times with Alvin Harper, and we go win the game because we had a great defense.
Ooh, y'all got
we don't have a great defense. We don't have a great defense. Okay, wake up and smell the petunias.
Ooh.
We don't have a great defense. So we got to score the football. Now, is it prudent for you to run the ball in certain situations? Absolutely it is. 2,000%. But in all situations, it is not. When you're up in the game, when you need to kill the clock, when you need to churn clock, strategically, when you need to keep the defense honest and keep them from blitzing or playing cover 5 or whatever crap they're trying to do to stop you, yes, you strategically run the ball. But other than that, you want to line up and you want to try to score any way you can. That is my point. Point blank, that's it. Score the football. Any way you can. That's it. Score. Name of the game, score.
Ooh, say, man, I'm over here enjoying this. So but this is the only thing I don't like about this right now, OC. The only thing I don't like about this whole thing that's going on right now is you argue with yourself. We got to set up this debate. Because I like everything you said. I mean, I'm going to give you a hand clap on it. Because, see, I was honest with him today. I said, hey, coach, I wasn't going to put on my boy West Coast paid money. Sent me a hat that said run the damn ball. Now, he pays for those hats. All right. He paid big money, paid to ship it, and said, hey, man, I'm doing the show. Can you rock the hat? I said no.
and I'm going to cut you off real quick because Troy Williams makes a good point. He said he thinks that the Ravens or the 49ers might disagree with me, but he said that's a good point that our team is not that physical. Thank you, Troy, for making my point. And the 2 teams that you brought up are championship level teams, Troy, and they have what we don't have. good defenses. They have good defenses. So heck yeah, they can line up in 31 personnel and they can run the ball. But also they run the ball
Ooh.
so effectively that their play action passes come open with the receivers because you are scared that they are going to just pummel your butt running that football. So you drop down that safety in the box and it makes receivers come free in the back end, Troy. To your point, sir. We don't have that physical team. We don't have that great defense right now. And that's what it is, man. Just wake up and just smell the petunias, man. I mean, we just got to
Ooh
just see
wee.
what it is. Just adjust and do what we need to do. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh my lord. Oh, I can't wait for this fight. Oh man, I'm geared up for this. I'm so geared up for this. Now, Mark, I know you listening, so I'm gonna say this. It's one thing that I'm trying to figure out on even the run the ball theory, and this is why I couldn't wear the hat because 80% of our line was injured,
Exactly.
and I'm very open to be wrong too. You know what I mean? I was like this in the draft up to the last 2 days. It was some players I wasn't gonna make a decision to like the very day. You know what I mean? And that ended up being D Smith over Waddle with me. I'm kind of like that on this, where this is hard to me. This because this is about team philosophy. You don't rush that. You know what I mean? You don't rush that. Um, but the run the ball philosophy broke to me when it's like run the ball behind these guys. To me, I was liking the fact that they was getting the ball out to the weapons, because that was
Correct.
to me that's what I was liking. And I think that was almost like the best thing to do given the situation we was in. Because Zeke was injured, he was playing through it, but he was not injured. He was playing through pain, major pain. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know that, but I'm in a
Man,
position
look.
to know that, um, and I know that. Like he was playing through a lot of pain. He ain't gonna get no credit for it, no sympathy for it, nothing. Right? To me, I don't. That's why historically I do agree. It's a good. I like this conversation. Historically, I do agree. I really do that. Historically, the Dallas Cowboys have been absolutely the best when they ran the ball. Yet, I don't want to get so bogged down in the historics that it clouds my judgment into the future if we're starting to innovate into the league. And that's why I was kind of hearing what you were saying when you said, OC, when you look around the league. Now, when you look at us historically, yeah, we was a run the ball team. But then when you look around the team and you say what's also working out there, what's effective out there, what's winning out there, and can we do that? All that's yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, so we
Mm-hmm.
go set this fight up though, and trust me, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna because both of them know football. Listen, I gave Marvin my personal number. It's not even no DMs and stuff like that. Like, man, it's Marvin started talking ball to me. I made some literal memes based on conversations we had on good football. Like he was the one that gave the thought on really what Dan Quinn is doing on the low key building the Legion of Boom. We go talk about that too. But OC man, I'm glad you geared up for that man. But hey, I'm happy this new show work. How you feel about that, brother? Cause I'm getting
Man,
ready to land the
look.
plane.
Man, look, it's all good, man. Look, I mean, one thing that we committed to at Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, is that we want to definitely bring you content at all costs and bring you the latest and the greatest on Cowboy sports and news. And so, however, we got to bring it to you. One platform, 10 platforms, we'll get the job done. So, we rocking, love it, man. Let's go.
Let's go. And then Siddiqui, she said, "Stop shooting you." I wasn't even shooting OC. I was more so saying he's shooting everybody. Like the OC was purging. Yeah, the OC shooting people. It ain't me. He straight. He on the warpath. Listen, I know this dude. Listen, I played football with. Let me. I'm gonna tell the story, man. I, like he been my friend for a long time. Not just a dude I played football with. He been my friend. All right. So when you a friend of somebody, you kind of know them, right? And so I wanted him to play well. and we was getting ready to play in the screen in the scrimmage in the spring game. So this is big. This is how you earn your starting spots, all that. So I wanted him to go crazy, right? So a couple of my guys that was on defense, they was talking about him, but they were just high side. They were just messing with him. That means joking, right? They said, "Hey man, that dude Jabari, boy, that dude be holding, and he got like these big old white gloves, and they were just high siding on him." And so I said, "Okay, let me take that conversation, and I'm gonna motivate my boy with it." So I said, "Hey man," I went to the OC. I said, "Hey man, is it true what they said about you?" He said, "What?" He said, "What? What, boss?" Because I always was named. My nickname was always boss. He said, "What they say, boss?" I say, "Man, they say you the glove, bro. Like you be holding like that, bro." He said, "They said that." I say, "Are you sorry? Like, cause I can't see what you do. I'm playing corner. Like, are you sorry or something?" Boy, he got mad. I'm talking about I've never in my life saw the OC so mad. I mean, he was. I mean, like you know how my yellow skinned brothers get red. He was red. The spring game, he wasn't talking to nobody. He looked like he was getting ready to eat a wall. Man, he went out there and went crazy. I mean, pancaking boys, destroying boys. He came right over to me right after that and said, "They still talking? They still talking?" I said, "I was just playing with you." I said, "I want you to play well." And that got it though. See, I know my boy Button, so I'm gonna tell y'all this. When y'all walk up in here, I'm gonna tell you the OC ain't taking no more L's. I'm telling you, if he take one, I can already tell it's gonna be a good fight with whoever wanna fight him. The only person
Man,
that can beat him up is me. Cause
man,
I'm
look,
natural,
man,
cause
look,
I got
look.
better hands than him. I'm better on this content than him, and because I'm better than him, that's the only person
Yeah.
that can let just
Mm.
spank this dude.
That's all and that right there is subject to debate as well. So we won't even get down. We won't even get down into that path. You do produce some great content, obviously, Boss Cowboy Sports, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Comment, hit the bell notification icon. And so, but look, I'm a help land the plane a little bit with this.
All right,
Who won the Super Bowl last year?
Brady.
This,
I mean,
okay,
Tampa. What you
okay.
saying?
Who they play against?
I mean, so what you saying, Todd?
I mean, who they play against?
Oh, they played with Kansas City. I see where you're going.
Okay, cool. And then, okay, in the semifinal game, the final four. Who were the final
Green Bay.
four? Who else?
Uh, what's wrong with me? So Kansas City. I don't know. Who did Kansas play? Kansas City play. I can't remember. I can't remember. I'm scorned.
No. Listen, that's enough. You don't even have to remember the final team. Because I have plenty of ammunition to make this point, and I'm just gonna say this one thing, then I'm just gonna stop. Okay, the top 7 offenses. Okay, the
Pass the
top
ball.
7 offenses.
Pass the ball. I see where you're going.
No. They do pass the ball. That's true. But the top 7 offenses, 4 of those teams made the Final Four. 4 of those teams made the Final Four. And to your point, Boss Cowboy, because I was going to save this. They're also in the top 10 in passing yards.
Hey, you know I still got that no button, brother.
I'm sorry. Buffalo. Thank you, Troy. It was Buffalo. So, okay, thank you, Troy. Do you want me to go ahead and just give it to you real quick? Here it is. The number 1 offense in the NFL last year was the Kansas City Chiefs. They in the Super Bowl. The number 2 offense in the entire NFL was the Buffalo freaking Bills. They're in the Final Four. The number 5 offense in the NFL was the Green Bay Packers. They're in the Final Four. The number 7 offense in the entire NFL was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They won the Super Bowl. And all of them have a great passing attack. I'm done. Sorry, I'm quitting. That's it. I got to stop.
All right. So, hey, Siddiqui, she's showing love. She say, "Tell him, OC."
Sadiq was my new homie. Make sure you DM me, man. I got
Everybody,
to follow her.
everybody that give you a compliment, your new homie,
That's my new friend, man. What
your
you
new
talking about?
friend, new
Don't hate,
friend.
congratulate. Sadiqwa, I think is how you pronounce
Nah,
that.
it's a Deaky.
It's not Siddiqui. Don't be ignorant. That's Sadiqwa. That's a Q.
Of
A
course,
Q
I'm
and an
ignorant. Of course, I'm
A.
ignorant.
Okay,
Cause
it's
I haven't.
Sadiqwa.
She hasn't put the enunciation there. I don't know who butchered it. I think you butchered it.
It's Sadiqwa. Sadiqwa. It has to be Sadiqwa based upon how I'm reading this name. I hope that's right, Sadiqwa.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Me too. So we gonna land this plane, man. I'm glad. I'm glad the plane took out. See, this is a special plane. This plane is built different, and I know. I know a lot of people don't care, but you gon' care, and you getting ready to know before we land this plane. All right. That this one gonna have a whole lot of features that allow us to do a lot more that we couldn't. All right. So this show getting ready to go off to a whole nother level. At any moment, we gonna be able to take calls with no problems. You can see me and the OC going back and forth, no problems. Everything worked out fine. I had a good time with y'all, and we go figure out how to get Facebook because we didn't stream to Facebook again. We starved them again, you know. But next time we will be on Facebook, and we gonna start getting that back on again as well. But remember, stay with us on everything. On everything. Follow the OC on Twitter. Follow Boss Cowboy on Twitter. Follow the Boss Cowboy Facebook page. Follow the OC page. Also, we have Team and we still got Keystone. Follow him. Follow Queen. We still got some real good content and people that's gonna be laying out more content. Also, please don't forget you can support Boss Cowboy Sports under the Cash App. Everything is under Boss Cowboy Sports. And hit that like and subscribe. Tell the algorithm that you like the content, and we getting ready to improve to a whole nother level. So we got so much stuff that's coming, and you know when I say that, I'm not lying to you. Sometimes it take a little while to get there, but we get there for sure. And we here actually right now. You go likely see the new enhancements by Wednesday. But we might do this new show tomorrow because now I know this whole stream works. Now that I know this stream work, I'm gonna just make sure the phones and stuff is working, and then y'all go see a good fight between the OC and Marvin or somebody. I done geared up a fight, so somebody go fight. I'm gonna hype it up until somebody fight. But did you have any last words before we get out of here, OC?
No, listen, I appreciate the support and love. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Cowboy Sports, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and let's keep it pushing.
Man, let's keep it pushing, man. All the way. Good show today, man. I'm glad we thugged it out and it worked. So y'all stay with us and remember, the most important thing I'm always say, because I mean this from the bottom of my heart, is that here we're gonna always be loyal. We're never gonna be devoted, and we gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Let's rock.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.